Game of the week, the number one Longview Lobos against Lancaster. We got Keaton Daniels at Frank Sides. We got Katie with us. We got the 201 win now, Coach King.
Let's go to 202.
Absolutely.
Tell me about this week.
It's been a pretty good week of preparation. I think our kids flushed the Lufkin win pretty quickly and went to work on Lancaster. You flop on the video and you see immediately what you got to do to prepare to try to beat these guys. They're very talented, very physical, but I thought it's been a pretty good week of preparation. Been pleased with the effort and the focus. Of course, that Wednesday had a chance to celebrate with Jalen. That was a big day for us, too. Yeah. I appreciate y'all doing that. So it's been a good week, so hopefully we'll go out and play well.
Gotcha. Coach, tell everybody a little bit on how Lancaster try to beat you offensively and defensively.
Well, first of all, offensively, they got so many playmakers. They got a really good offensive line. They can run the ball. They got 2 Division I running backs. They'll get an empty. They can get 2 back. They can affect you in a lot of ways. And quarterbacks, they're playing with 2 sophomore kids. They'll rotate them in. One of them's a little bit better runner. The other one's a little bit better thrower. So, they've got a very balanced offense. And then defensively, I think it all starts up front for those guys. They've got some great corners. They got some Division I guys in secondary, but they're big and fast and physical up front. Their defensive line and their linebackers. So, they're going to make the ball bounce. They're not going to let you get vertical with the ball, and they've done a great job the last 2 times we played them in the playoffs of stuffing the run. So we've been able to hit some big plays there and a run or 2 here to really to win the game. So we expect nothing more than the hard-fought contest tonight, and we'll have to play our best football to win. This is by far the best football team we've played to this point.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, I'd like to talk about an individual player for a minute. A big guy up front, Amari Watkins, on the defensive line. He's in the backfield nearly every play, flying all over the field. What's been the difference this year from last for Big O?
He's locked in. He's matured a little bit. He got a little confidence, and he's practicing better. He's playing better. He has fewer distractions off the field. He's grown up. So hopefully he continues to do so. He's been a project. Let's put it that way. And it's not on the field project. It's stuff away from the field. But that's why you don't give up on kids. And I'm glad to see him having the kind of year he's having.
Sure. One more personnel question. You've got what appears to be a stable of capable running backs. How do you work that into the game plan?
Well, we really don't have a set plan. We do know that we've got depth at running back. And there's a pecking order, and AJ and Taylor Tatum are going to get the lion's share of the work. We've got some other guys we feel comfortable putting them in a ball game, but this is not a deal where it's going to be trial and error. We've got to go with the best guys we got, and there are times we're going to try to work some other guys in, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen tonight.
That's right.
How's the intensity and the level being today at practice? Because ultimately, if you look on paper at this game, this is as close to a playoff game as you're going to get early in the season.
Yeah.
And you can feel it already. You got a crowd. You got howling going on already.
Well, to be honest, it's been like every other week. And I keep saying that, but experienced football team, guys that know what it takes to win, got higher character kids. And everybody knows their role. And they go out and do it. We may have 1 or 2 that you have a problem with throughout the week on effort or execution or being focused, but when you're dealing with 140 kids, you're going to have a couple that, have some things going on away from here you got to tolerate or deal with.
Right.
But for the majority of it, it's been pretty good all year long.
Coach, quarterback play this year has been exceptional. If you look at just stats, how well the quarterback has played. Tell me about this jump from junior to senior year. It almost looks like a different kid.
Jordan, and I've said it many times, I'm as proud of Jordan as I am any kid in this program. He came in, he was a freshman, 9th grade B team guy, never complained. He just went out and played. Came back his sophomore year after COVID, didn't have spring ball, couldn't do anything. He winds up winning a job. Mm-hmm. And he didn't do it by sitting on his butt. Right. I can tell you that. He put in the work, not only in the weight room, in the summer training, but throwing the ball and working away from here. And then his junior year, he starts off, plays okay, and we go through a rough spell and gets replaced. He never was a distraction. He was an ultimate teammate. And that's not an easy pill to swallow. Believe me, I'm going through it right now with my son. That ain't an easy pill to swallow for someone. Mm-hmm. He did it, and he was determined to come back and be the guy this year. And I think he's playing that way. 3-year starter, a guy that's experienced, understands our offense. He's developed. He's almost 200 pounds. He's running faster. He's throwing the ball better. He's just playing like a mature kid.
Katie, I know you got some X's and O's down there. I can feel it.
She's been waiting.
You were just waiting for your time.
Yes, so I watched a little bit of video last week. They had a good game. They converted a lot on third down. So what's critical about getting them preventing them from getting in a third and short situation?
Well, you got to go. To me, the key's winning first down. You know, and try to get them off schedule. You get them off schedule, and you force them to get one-dimensional. When they get one-dimensional, you got to be able to defend the whole entire field. If you lose contain on their quarterback, that may be where it's more dangerous. He gets out in the open field, and guys are doing the scramble drill and breaking off routes, and it just turns into backyard football, and that's when things can happen, big plays can happen. So we've got to contain the quarterback. We've got to get a good pass rush, and we've got to communicate in the secondary and not give up big plays.
Well, Coach, I don't know if you know this, but you're on the cusp of hitting 100 district wins.
Didn't know that. But anyway, thank you.
So
1-0 tonight.
that's right.
I don't know what kind of research y'all are doing. You'll find out all the stuff.
So, Coach, the toughest thing to defend is speed, and Lancaster has a ton of that to offer. You got a plan in place for that on the outsides?
Well, we're not going to give them the same look all night long, you know, and they do have speed. They got home run speed, and they're talented. We run pretty good, too.
Yes, you do.
You know, we're not just going to say, hey, we're going to get up in your face and lock you down. We know there's times we're going to have to, you know, give them different looks and force the quarterbacks to read coverage. You know, the easiest thing to read is man coverage. It's one-on-one ball, you know, so you got a little zone coverage, a little combo coverage, give them different looks and force them to read things, and maybe they make a mistake. That's kind of where we're going to hang our hat tonight.
Well, Coach, man, we know you got a lot to do this pregame. Appreciate you coming on with us.
You bet.
Good luck tonight.
Good luck.
Hey,
Coach.
thank
Thanks,
y'all
Coach.
again. You bet. Okay.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Injuries aren't planned, and here at Longview Orthopedic, we're going to work together with patients to try to obtain the best outcome possible for them. We have the ability to treat all injuries for all patients and athletes of all ages. One thing I want patients to understand is that, you know, I've been in their situation. I played football at Texas A&M University, played offensive line, I was a guard, and being an athlete, suffering injuries, and having that passion to get back on the field gave me a really good perspective on the other side of the line as a treating physician now here at the Longview Orthopedic Clinic.
At Godarzi and Young, we take things more seriously.
Every case that's handled at our office is handled by a team. That work and dedication has caused our office to recover more record verdicts and settlements than any other law firm in Northeast Texas.
It is our obligation to make sure our client has the financial backings and the manpower to be successful.
We are exactly who we say we are. We're trial lawyers who've gotten results year in, year out.
Alrighty, welcome back to LOBO Stadium. We're back with the pregame show live, and joining us is a member of one of our newest sponsors, one of our newest partners, Longview Orthopedic. This is Dr. Josh Russell. Josh, if you would just take a minute to tell us about who you are and how you got here.
Sure, absolutely. I'm Josh Russell, actually originally from Midlothian. Went to A&M for undergrad, where I played football for 4 years. Then did residency up in West Virginia, where I got to treat a lot of athletes up there, and really developed a passion for sports medicine, taking care of athletes, and brought me down to Longview and this wonderful group of people we have down here in East Texas, and hopefully that I can not have to do anything tonight, but I'm here just in case, and I enjoy it. I have a huge passion for athletes and taking care of them and their families, and also for Longview now. I've been here for about a little over 2 years, and I tell you, it's a great place to raise a family and also to help people. So that's kind of what brought me here.
Sure.
When were you at A&M?
05 to 09.
05 to 09.
Okay, that's the exact years that I was at Texas. So
Oh.
working with the football team at Texas.
Were they still, playing y'all? They weren't scared?
Oh no, we're still friends. We didn't have the greatest of seasons. The very first year I was there was the Vince Young just take over the game and absolutely run roughshod over us. But
it was exciting to watch.
I know, it was exciting to
It was
watch.
amazing
it
from
was
my
good.
point
It
of
was
view.
great.
It's great.
But no, I learned a whole lot, and worked with a lot of great people, and again, this is football is a great passion of mine, passion of my family's. I have 3 brothers, all played college football, and so I love to see these guys out here working hard and eventually go to the next level.
So a lot of the folks watching probably know exactly what Longview Orthopedic does, but for those who don't, what do you guys do for the community, or what would be the circumstances someone would need to give you guys a call?
Oh, absolutely. So typically we take care of all of basically all orthopedic injuries, whether it be basically from feet all the way up to shoulders and neck. We have a great group of 10 guys in our group right across the street over here at Longview Orthopedic Clinic. And again, we have a fellowship trained foot and ankle surgeon, 3 spine surgeons. Me specifically, I take care of basically all the athletes. Any athlete that comes in through our door, whether you see me the first day or not, I'm going to be a part of their care and part of exactly what we do to get back on the field, whether it be just a simple sprain or something that requires surgery. I did fellowship in sports medicine down at Baylor, and I was taught all the newest, greatest techniques for taking care of these athletes, and so I can give that back to our community and to our players.
I don't think a lot of people realize how important a company like Longview Orthopedics is. Like, I live in Texarkana. We have the same kind of company there with Dr. Mitchell. And on a Saturday morning or Friday night, especially Monday morning, the office is typically going to be full. Let's say the appointment's at 10. They're going to be in there at 8:30. you know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of this work, like, you just don't get this. Like, I think we may take it for granted in our area that there's not always a Longview Orthopedics in some of these like smaller communities. They're having to travel to bigger towns. So to have the fact that you're here on a Friday night, most schools I would say probably in our area don't have a Dr. Josh on the sideline tonight.
That's correct, and that's something we're trying to remedy. And we have outreach to over 35 local communities, local schools that we try to reach. There's only one of me, so it's hard to get out to each one of the schools. But we have a Saturday morning clinic that's open every single Saturday morning from 9 to 10 right across the street here. And
Is it walk-in?
It's absolutely a walk-in clinic. It's a free clinic for our athletes, and we have same-day MRI, and we also have a space over in Marshall. So we take care of the Longview area here, and we have another clinic over in Marshall, right by Hibbett Sports, across from Walmart. And again, same time, and we're there at 9. They say 9 to 10, but we're there from 9 until basically the last person leaves that door. And
I don't know if I qualify as an athlete anymore, but look at all this equipment around. I may come see you Monday morning.
You get hurt here tonight, you're welcome over there.
Yeah, well, if you got your bag with you, you can just knock a Tommy John out today.
I got a couple questions for you. So I see, what exactly is the Star Foundation?
So the Star Foundation is something that was a passion of mine. So in collaboration with our clinic and basically with the support of all of our docs, we have developed this foundation that we partner with our community in developing sponsorships. And every single week we get to pick out 2 student athletes or student trainers at 2 select schools, 1 male and 1 female. And we get to honor them with basically with a plaque, and then at the end of the year we have a great banquet for them, have a monetary scholarship for them, and they all compete with their community to basically become the student athlete of the year. It's all based on community support, and that's the way it started, but now it's grown to a lot more than that. We have a lot of community partners that we have breakfast in the morning for some of our schools. That we have one this morning. Where we have Caleb Carr. He comes out, and he part of his the way he works is he actually goes to teams and does motivational speaking and actually the mental side of the game. And so we provide that as well for our school and our athletes. And then again, the training part of it is also part of it. It's not just for athletes, for trainers as well, because these student trainers that are out here are be the ones that are going to be helping on the sidelines and eventually have their own schools. We want to make sure that they have the equipment, make sure they have the knowledge that they can go and treat athletes with if I'm not going to be there, if they're not going to be a doctor on the sidelines.
As a former athletic trainer, that's very good to hear those things and building strong relationships because that's the key to everything between your doctors and your athletic trainers.
Absolutely. We have
keeping the coaches in the loop and everything.
Oh man, we have a great set of athletic trainers here at Longview, and we really pride ourselves in our communication back and forth with the trainers and the coaches, and making sure that they understand exactly where their athletes are in the whole process of their injury and recovery and getting back on the field, because that's what we all want. Is we all want these athletes to get back on the field.
Yeah.
And so if I can be a conduit and trainers and our staff can be a conduit for our coaches and our trainers to get back on the field, like that's everything. I can't tell you how many times we've talked to trainers that like, yeah, we send our kids to some doc and we have no idea. Like the kids come back with a chewed up piece of paper.
Very frustrating.
And it's very frustrating. And so I've kind of made it my mission and our clinic's mission to be basically a conduit to allow that communication back and forth.
Wonderful.
How hard was it making you a LOBO fan?
I tell you, Longview's always been a storied program.
Right.
And, again, growing up in Midlothian, we weren't the best. 4A school growing up, now it's 2 5A schools or however big schools they are now. It was a pretty small community back then. And, being able to be a part of this, it's not hard. It's not hard to become a LOBO fan. I can put it like that. Again, great group of people, great fan base. Coach King is amazing. I think he does a great job with these athletes. I think he's well respected by his athletes, and that's hard to come by. You see some programs that don't have that. They don't have that leader there that can get them on the field and get them ready to the game every single week. And I think Coach King does a great job with that, and it's definitely worthwhile.
Well, Josh, we appreciate you guys helping us do what we do and coming on board as partners with us.
much.
We'll do what we can to help you grow the Star Foundation.
Yeah, when y'all have your end of your thing, send us an invite to a
Oh, absolutely.
We'll cover it.
We'll set the desk up out there.
That's right. I'm using "we" real loosely there, right? I'll set it up. It's a lot of work.
It's a great banquet. We have great, awesome food, great speakers, and it's just grown over the past couple of years, and hopefully we have over 60 athletes bring on.
That'll be really cool
at the end of the year banquet.
Tell him what time to be set up. Tell me what time it starts.
Yeah. And I'm going to hold you to that "we." All right.
There you go.
All right. We'll see you in just a couple seconds. Take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with more pregame live from LOBO Stadium.
And now at OR, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at OR Cadillac GMC in Longview.
Don't fumble when you're looking for your next trailer. At RJ Trailers, we got the hookup. Cargo Mate, Hallmark, Text Line, Diamond C. We've got the inventory selection to get you into the end zone. Snap into savings with R&J Trailers. Don't pass up on the best deals around. R&J Trailers in Longview and online at rnjtrailers.com. We've got the hookup.
Over the last 10 years, our office has achieved many record verdicts and settlements. Our commitment has always been to outwork and outfight any opponent we have in whatever courtroom we find ourselves in.
At Godarzi & Young, we have settlements and verdicts that are unmatched. Whether you come face to face with the corporation or the insurance company, they know that if they don't justly compensate our clients, they're going to have to face the Godarzi & Young trial team in the courtroom.
Crunch has everything you need to find your mode. Come check out Crunch Fitness with a free guest pass.
And we are back. We've added Katie Baker back with us. We have a couple guys I love, John Ray and our man Jake Pull down at OR Cadillac GMC. They're going to give me a Cadillac to drive for a year. I'm really happy about it. We just agreed on that. And something about
How much a month was that for him, John?
Whatever he wants to pay will be good.
I thought y'all already thought you were just going to loan it to me.
Yeah.
If we're passing out cars, I'm at the table too.
There you go. There you go.
It's a loan, but it's a payment per month.
Y'all can afford it, man. I know Greg. He can afford that. How's things been? We hadn't seen y'all since, last season or baseball season?
Yeah, man, I've missed it. It's been a minute, so we're glad to be back.
Yeah, great night for it. Texas High School football game of the week.
Yes.
Yeah.
How's the car business?
Car business is good, man. It really is. You know, it's a little different than it was a few years ago, but you know, you got to adapt with the change. We get cars in, we're getting inventory, and we just got to, you know, you're kind of selling stuff that's coming in.
Yeah.
Not necessarily what's sitting there. But it's a good experience, you know. A lot of people order cars, and they come in, make the order, and we get it coming in. It's a great experience. It's pretty easy.
Do they get to choose color, leather versus cloth? I mean, do they get to go through the whole thing?
Sure, yeah.
If you order one, you can choose. If you want something now, I choose.
John Ray's got good taste, though.
That's right.
But, man, tell us. I know y'all watched Lobos. First 3 weeks, what do you think so far?
Man, I hope tonight gives us a game, and I think they will. I saw some guys walk out; they look pretty big. So, I mean, that from what I've seen.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of media around the state, and I don't know why they're not ranked on Dave Campbell's. I really don't. They don't have them in the top 10. Max Preps has them at 2. Another publication has them at 2. They've had some big wins this season, but they've also played some really bad competition. But the one time that I think it was Denton Geyer. If you're beating Denton Geyer by, 20-something points, right?
Oh, they lost.
I think they lost. I think
They
that's their
lost
one
it.
loss.
Oh, that's a one loss. Okay, all right.
Was Denton
Tight
Geyer.
game. All right, so I guess that would make sense then. So lost to them, which is a 6A school, but they just really hadn't played a lot of competition. But you look through this, all the offers these kids have, and it's almost like looking at Longview.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have Jalen Hale, you don't have Taylor Tatum, but they have 2 running backs the Division I offers.
Yes.
You know, their secondary is just like Longview's. They have what's arguably going to be a top 10 player in the state of Texas next year at safety. I don't know if that's the number 8 we saw in the boot, so he may not be playing, but they may have 2 number 8s at this level, like y'all mentioned. But great football game, expecting a big audience tonight.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's good to see Longview play a team, you know, and I think it's going to be good for them to come up, you know, play some competition, and I think it's, you know, it'll give them a little bit of test, and that's what kind of scares me is when you don't ever play a team that tests you, then you kind of get shocked sometimes when you play a team that's got some players, you know. Oh,
yeah.
Right?
But listen, they got a bunch of good individual skill players. Yeah. They don't have a good team. That's the difference in Longview and these guys.
Yeah.
Longview's got a good team. Now these guys got amazing players. They just don't. Well, a little bit I've watched Lancaster. They don't play together.
You know, Lufkin's actually a really good team. I just didn't realize Longview was that much better. If they're that much better than Lufkin, let's just assume Lufkin had a bad night. I don't know. Let's just assume they had a terrible night. If they come out and beat Lancaster tonight, let's just say 28 points.
Oh.
Who's competing?
I think they're walking through district.
Oh, yeah. I think that's given after tonight.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a given if it's
Absolutely.
that point.
Like the quarterback play is great. We know how great the running backs are. The defense has only given up 7 points a game
on average.
Yep. I mean, I don't know. The offense scored 228 points, something like that. I'm not quick at math. You guys probably are. But that's a lot. That's a lot of points every game. These are our math guys.
I'll tell you, if you really want to know how good Longview is, just kind of this is me. Watch that offensive line. They're good and they're getting better every single week. You know, I'm telling you, they're the real deal. They really are. They're good.
This is. I don't want to get too off topic, but your wife was inducted into the Hall of Fame here, right?
Yeah, she's a distinguished alum.
That's great.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna be really honest with you. I outkicked my coverage so bad in the wife department, number one, and I don't know. We met in college, and what in the world she saw in me, I cannot even imagine.
I'm in the same boat you are.
I'm just telling you.
So she just calls you Mr. Lucky then, huh?
I'm just telling you. I am so lucky.
Good salesman.
I am. I don't know, but I'm grateful. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'm grateful for. I'm at my age, I get to hang around with these guys. They let me hang around, and that's a lot of fun. And this morning, I walked out the door and I thought, why? We're pretty soon going to be married 50 years.
Oh, congratulations.
I mean, couple years it'll be 50. And I thought, what in the world? And does she see in me? Probably not much.
I love Miss K.
For 50 years, I mean, gotta see something.
If I ever need anything, like really need something, I call Miss K.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He starts acting up.
The real boss.
She honestly, she's been through. This is what got me involved. When we moved back here, when we got out of school and moved back here, my high school we were at, there might be 100 people in El Paso.
Oh,
there might be 100
right,
people show up for the game, But
yeah.
we got here, and I got infected. And I've never gotten off of it. It's great.
Yeah. Longview Lobos, I mean, as a young kid, I remember coming to the games, and it's still the same way now. Like I brought my son to a game last year, and it was just like, this is awesome.
I hope these kids someday will understand what you guys have done for them. I mean, there's not many high school kids that get coverage like you guys have given.
That's right.
Well, I appreciate it. I love doing it. It just, we own a marketing company. It just kind of fell into it, and it's just grown over time. I surely didn't expect it to, but it's been great.
Do you have any idea how many people in that Metroplex that are from here watch this thing? And then tell their friends about it. It's a cold deal.
Yeah. Well, we got a foreign exchange student from Germany. His parents will watch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Germany.
how neat.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
Neat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are doing a great job. You really are. You're doing a great job.
That's all because of his vision.
Yes.
That's him over there.
Well,
keep giving him the credit, but we know.
There's a lot of people that's went into it. They were with us very first night we did it, right?
Yes, sir.
All the way in PG.
In Texarkana. Y'all going to be back there in a couple weeks.
We are
for the PG Gilmer game.
That's right.
But, man, it's just a lot of great people helped along the way. When we started, we were just doing it. We
Did we know what we were doing?
Didn't know what we were doing. Had no sponsors, and
that's the best when you don't know what you're doing.
I feel like
didn't
you get it all set up in like 2 weeks time?
Oh yeah, it took 2 weeks. We had a set almost identical to this made. It was donated when they donated it, and I didn't pay for it. That's when I was like, oh god, we really got to do this.
Pressure's on now.
Yeah, how about this? How about 48 years at the same place? Don't know what you're doing.
Oh gosh. No.
But it's fun. I really, really, really look forward to Friday nights. Nowhere else. I made a comment when Longview agreed to let us do it. I was like, man, we could be covering the Dallas Cowboys. Like, it wouldn't be any different to me.
Oh, no.
I love the Longview Lobos.
Sure, absolutely.
But speaking of, not really Dallas Cowboys, but did y'all watch the commitment Wednesday, Jalen Hale?
Thank goodness I was busy. We were super busy,
we watched the highlights.
and the guy that recruited him. Brendan Marion, a super good guy. He was at the Lufkin game. And I saw, I guess I was watching something, and I saw his body language. I told Kay, I said, he's not going. He's going somewhere else. I could just tell.
Yeah, well, it came out of the cowboy hat. I thought, he had a little swag to him. I thought he came in there thinking he was.
Let me tell you, the three of us will tell you, everybody wants to go there, not everybody can. Right?
That's true. And by what he's talking about right here is Texas, correct? You gotta clarify that. We are all Texas X's.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
so
I'm a Texas fan. Didn't get to go there. I'm just going to smile. Where did you go? You went to Henderson.
Yeah, but
we both went to Henderson.
That's right. And I grew up an Aggie fan.
Oh.
Well, that's tough, man.
Yeah.
That's tough.
But living in Arkansas, I learned to root for Texas. I did.
There you go.
I really did.
Hold on, living in Arkansas?
That's a weird statement.
If you don't act like you like Arkansas in some way, shape, or form, you'll go out of business in Texarkana.
So I played Division II, and when you're in the locker room, everybody says, boo, you're from Texas, and tries to dog you. You start rooting for them.
Sure.
Okay.
I couldn't tell my parents I was doing it. But I did because all my teammates were, dogging me because I was from Texas. And
my parents, they lived in Arkansas for 5 years, and they had to keep their Texas flag in their backyard so nothing would happen to their house.
Disappearing.
Yeah.
No, people don't realize how serious that is.
Oh, it is.
It's like Texarkana's Fayetteville 2.0. It's nuts.
It is.
I was like, how do y'all like a team so bad, so long? How are y'all this passionate about this?
Well, they've got a good coach.
Oh, yeah,
they're going places.
Yeah, they've turned it.
Hey, don't count them out tomorrow night.
No, I don't.
Do not count them out tomorrow night.
I don't know how they're not a favorite in this game. I know, like, the defensive back situation, that's going to be bad. But, I was at the South Carolina game. They looked like a top 10 team.
Close.
No, we have players we've covered from day one playing on Arkansas right now. Yeah. I'm excited for tomorrow. I'm going to be covering that particular game. we got kids from Longview, Texarkana area. I mean, we have 7 players on both those rosters.
Wow.
So excited to do it. I can't wait till some of these guys get in the pros.
They'll be there.
Yep. What's new?
Let's bring back memories. Friday night memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does me too.
Walking out pregame.
It does me too.
It's Texas high school football.
It is what it's about, brother.
2 car lots in Texarkana now, right?
Longview.
Or I'm sorry, Longview. I apologize. I got like 19 in Texarkana.
Yeah, so we're still waiting to break ground on the new build. Hopefully next 6 months or so we'll start finalizing floor plans and we'll get the new one built. But we're building the brand new Cadillac GMC store on 259. Right now there's a lot of space, but there's a small little building there we sell used cars out of, and then we'll build a new store there. We're gonna have a huge service department. It's gonna be top of the line. I mean, there's not gonna be anything like it around.
I didn't know y'all were moving over there.
Yep.
Y'all are gonna let us use that other building down there as game day headquarters now.
That's right. That's right.
That'd be great.
Absolutely
good.
He's already got all kinds of plans.
Absolutely. All the space we need.
Absolutely.
Pull up my Escalade every day.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Till my Hummer comes in.
There you go.
That's right.
There you go.
But tell us, what are the hot cars right now? Like, what are people buying? Tell us about the market for anyone look for a new vehicle.
And John, jump in whenever you want. But the Escalade, we have probably 25 or 30.
51.
Oh, excuse me.
51 sold orders.
Wow.
I thought you were about to tell me you had 51 on the lot.
51 sold orders.
Y'all can loan me one of them things.
And then,
51 sold orders.
That's just Escalade. Then you got the Yukon XL, and the heavy-duty truck. All 3 of those models are you can't get them, and we've got a long list waiting to get it. And then the new Sierra, the Denali Ultimate Sierra with Super Cruise is unbelievable. It's very exciting, man. We got these new product coming. If we could just get it, And then we sent 4 people yesterday to Austin for the new Cadillac Lyric training, and so the Lyric is a new SUV. It's a third-row SUV. It's not as big as the Escalade, but it's an all-electric car.
Oh,
and
okay.
man, they were floored talking about how awesome it was.
Really?
And it's going to be a great car.
2026 will GMC be all electric? Is that right?
2030 GM will be all electric.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're going to have to phase it in. I think Cadillac will probably be before that. Cadillac's, I think, counting on being 2026. They're talking about being all electric everything.
Yeah, I've already seen some advertisement on the electric Escalade. That's the one thing people probably wonder. Well, you got the big body.
Yeah.
You going to make it electric? Well, absolutely. You got the Hummer. It's already there.
I'm someone who would switch to electric. But you hear all the stuff about the pulling, and I don't pull. I mean, I'll pull the Longview game day trailer or Texarkana. That's about it. But you hear all the stuff right now about how it just cuts down on the mileage real bad. I don't. You really don't ever know if any of that stuff's true.
1,000 horsepower.
Man, I drove it. I mean, I went to the training for the Hummer.
1,000 horsepower.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's hard to explain until you see it and drive it. People talk about it and you're like, okay, I get it, but you don't really get it till you see it and you drive it. And it's
Well, y'all call me when y'all get one.
Phenomenal.
I'll believe it when I do it.
We'll put him on the list. There's probably 100 of those.
Now we're moving me to the top, man. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, absolutely.
He'd promote it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Let me tell you, the next
parked right here behind it.
The next 10 years are going to be so much fun. I'm just telling you about everything. But the car business, it's a blast right now. It's really going to be a blast. When I was a kid, they had this show on called The Jetsons.
When you were a kid, Jetsons
we watched
Jetsons are on.
Well, guess what?
We watched it.
We're living the Jetsons right now. We're living it.
I actually watch that with my son sometimes, my 4-year-old son. He actually loves the Jetsons. And it's funny how much that stuff kind of exists now.
Exactly.
You think of the guy that designed, produced that and wrote that, right?
He must have known something we didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Take him to Vegas.
Exactly.
Yeah, no joke. Him and whoever did The Simpsons. They're out here predicting everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, man, we appreciate having y'all on, man. Enjoy the great game. I know y'all sponsor a lot of stuff for Longview High School. Matter of fact, what all do y'all sponsor? It seems like every shirt I see has your logo on.
Well, we've got it starts with the foundation, Longview LSD Foundation that Kay Ray is heading up. They give how much scholarship money they give out?
It's over $1 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Since they started, it's over $1 million
Wow.
bucks. Yeah.
It's
Incredible.
probably the biggest.
That is a
and one of
distinguished
the
alumni
best.
right
Wow.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not a sports deal. That's
Yeah.
education. So we love kids, we love the community, and we love to give back. So we're swim team, baseball, tennis, soccer, basketball,
Everything.
volleyball.
Yeah.
I mean, just football, cheerleading, band. All of it. We want to give back. All the community they buy their cars from us. We want to give back to their kids. I mean, that's what it's about.
A lot of people don't know this, and I don't even know if I know y'all know. I don't know if I ever even told y'all. One of the reasons we came to Longview was a conversation we had with Orr, that they would
Really?
support us if we came,
Wow.
and that kind of opened the door. Like, well, you don't want to go in somewhere like, man, I hope this kind of
Yeah.
works, and
Yes.
they made a big contribution to help us get started, and it's been we would not be here without Orr Cadillac GMC. That's the God's honest truth.
Well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No,
thank y'all.
Thank you for doing it.
We
I mean,
just love that we can give to somebody that's going to give to some kids and help their lives, and their families, and that's what it's all about,
I've told people this all the time, and I mean this. There's a lot of these kids that are suited up in this green and white tonight, green and white and gold, and the last game they play as a senior in this football stadium right here, sadly, will be the best thing that ever happened to them.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you guys honor them and treat them the way that you do for high school, it's just amazing. And I can't say enough about it.
Man, the whole model from the get-go was how do we give kids a Division I experience? I mean, we looked at what colleges were doing, emulated a lot of that, brought it to high school. And, it's rough sometimes is nobody else is really doing what we're doing. So you can't look at this company or this company or this company. All right, this is how they do it. This is how we should do it.
You're the
We were one of the
trailblazer.
first companies to even ever stream a football game. Like when it came out, I mean, a lot of people don't know this. We were voted 2 years in a row as the best stream in Texas high school football. It's not something we promote, but, people don't realize, like, the stuff behind the scenes with Frank and all the people you don't see, all the people that really don't get paid, like Katie and Lizzie. I'm going to put y'all on there. But y'all do this for us because we're such good friends. But it's just one of those things. It's Texas high school football. Everybody loves it.
Yeah.
South Lake Carroll's not doing it. Highland Park's not doing it. Longview's doing it.
That's right.
Yep, Longview was always on the list.
That's it.
So
That's it.
But, man, we appreciate y'all's time. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking so
Thanks for
nicely about
having
us.
us.
Most people don't.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
You
us.
should read the comments on Friday night sometime. But appreciate it, Mr.
You
Ray.
bet. Thank you so much.
Let's take a quick commercial break. We will come back. We'll talk about area games.
All right.
And now at Orr, we want to buy your used vehicle and we'll give you guaranteed top dollar for yours. And if you prefer to trade, even better, with massive savings on every new vehicle at Orr Cadillac GMC in Longview.
At Godarzi and Young, we take things more seriously.
Every case that's handled at our office is handled by a team. That work and dedication has caused our office to recover more record verdicts and settlements than any other law firm in Northeast Texas.
It is our obligation to make sure our client has the financial backings and the manpower to be successful.
We are exactly who we say we are. We're trial lawyers who've gotten results year in, year out.
And we are back. We got our area games segment here. Katie, I'm going to let you kick this off.
All right, so first up, Tyler Legacy at Mesquite. Legacy is 1-3. Mesquite is 2-2. Skeeters last week beat Lamar 26-15. Tyler Legacy has had a little bit of inconsistent quarterback play. I think it just comes with experience. He's better at the run than the pass.
Yeah, I understand why Legacy got beat so bad by Longview. I mean, real quick, things did not go their way.
Yes.
All right, but Texas High was up on them like 21-3 within like the first 7 minutes of the game. Yes. I mean, if you look at the players they have on that roster, I mean, they have an Alabama commit, another Division I player on the defensive line. I think I'm going to have to agree. The quarterback play is subpar. The running back, and I only watched one half, fumbled the ball like 3 times. This is all against Texas High. They look like they should be good on paper.
And then, you've got somebody who committed to Alabama last week. Like, how do you not? And then
everything just doesn't go their way.
Yeah, there's something going on with the structure down there. I just can't put my hands on it either.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
big.
know. I don't even want to guess.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll find out tonight because I don't think Mesquite's a very good football team.
No, and Legacy's not a bad football program, but I saw you were there, Keaton. I think they had fewer first downs than the Lobos had turnovers that game. You know what I mean? It was one of those kind of things. And comparing them to Longview is probably unfair.
Yeah, obviously.
But I mean, a 6A team shouldn't get beat 70-0 at home against a team below their level.
And I guess
shouldn't.
in all fairness, Texas High is the top 5 team in the state in 5A Division II. Let's just be fair about that. But I was not impressed with anything they did the other night. So best of luck to them tonight. I want to see a Tyler team win. But
all that to say, Morgan's probably picking Mesquite.
I'm probably going to agree with that pick.
Took a long road to get there.
Well, Legacy's getting their second win tonight.
Oh.
In a close one.
Oh, I like it.
As much as I would love to choose Legacy, I'm going to go with Mesquite.
You're just a Tyler hater.
A little bit.
Liz, you want to go with the next one?
Oh, we've got Pine Tree and Marshall. It's another barn burner on this game tonight. We got Pine Tree, who's 0-4. Marshall's 2-2. We saw them against Longview earlier this year. I was not overly impressed with Marshall, but I don't think I can not do nothing but choose Marshall in this next game because they're playing Pine Tree.
I think it's just going to be them running the ball successfully. I think that's the key for Marshall.
Yeah, it's like Pine Tree is not doing anything right now.
I will say they've had some pretty close games, though.
Yeah.
But they just can't pull
You
it out.
can't pull it out. You can't pull it out.
With their head coach leaving, he did a great job while he was there. I'm sure this coach will do a great job. I think this is a classic example of they're rebuilding right now. It just is what it is.
Yep.
Next up, we have Kilgore at Palestine. Kilgore, don't turn the ball over, move the chains, victory.
Coach Fuller's got a top 10 program over at Kilgore. He's doing really great things there. I see a state championship in the next 3 years for his team. They're really good. It's just, can they overcome some of these real big 4A Division I schools? I think easy win tonight for him.
Yeah, that's not a bad Hallsville team they beat by 20 last week at all.
No, I think Hallsville's 3-1.
Well, Isaiah Ross has got over 500 yards in 4 games, so.
Yeah, Kilgore started out slow. They started out slow this year, but they rolling now.
Yeah, I think that's good. All right, next we've got Henderson taking on Lindale. Henderson's 0-4 this year. Lindale's 2-2. Lindale's won the last 2 meetings. I think they're going to win their 3rd tonight.
Yeah, Lindale wins this one easy, I think. Lindale's, the teams they've lost to some really great football teams. Henderson is having a down year, and they've been hit with the injury bug really bad in the positions that really matter.
And Lindale, they've got a dual threat quarterback, Clint Thurman. He's had over 400 yards passing so far. He's rushed for over 370. So I see Lindale with the victory.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise is that Henderson's 0-4. I think that's kind of shocked some people because normally it's a program that's always real good year in and year out. So.
Yeah.
Next up is Canton 2-2 at Center 3-1. Center has an explosive offense. They are averaging 53 points a game. That said, a lot of their games are still close because I don't know if they're as good on the defensive side of the ball, but they can score.
I mean, we see it with Oklahoma every year. Great on offense, but the defense is having to be out there so much. You just give up points. It is what it is.
Yes.
I mean, Oklahoma's got 5 stars everywhere on defense, still giving up 40 points a game. Not necessarily this year, but in years past, it's like, well, you're just out there all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You wear down.
I don't know anything about either one of these teams, so I'm not going to cap with y'all.
I know that.
Look at you using.
Hey, man, I'm hanging out with the kids, you know.
Look at you go.
Hey, I got to mention this. I got to go Center. My mom's folks is from Center. So my family's from Center. So all the Center folks, hello, y'all. I got to go Center.
Well, they beat Maybank last week.
Yes.
All right, talk to us about PG because they're taking on Paris. Paris is not at the top of their game this year. They're 1-3. Gilmer beat them pretty handily. What are you seeing from PG?
Well, Gilmer beats everybody pretty handily right now. So let's just get that out there. Until state, they're going to beat everybody handily.
Stop it right now. Don't get into that, Morgan.
Don't even go there.
Man, some of these state championship games the last few years, it's been rough.
Yeah.
But hey, in all seriousness, the quarterback, first-year starter, last name
Tennyson.
Again.
Younger brother.
Remarks made that he may be the best one. And if that's the case,
yes,
Carthage owns 4A Division II right now. Let's just call it what it is. The way the realignment works, Pleasant Grove's the top 5 team in the state. They'll probably be number 3 going into next week after, let's assume they beat Paris. But Paris is a good football team. Don't
They
let
They
don't
beat Van last
yeah.
week, and Van's good.
Van's a good team.
Don't let this 1-3 record fool you. I mean, they did lose to Liberty Ilo, who surprisingly, not necessarily surprisingly, but they're 4-0 right now.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about them next. In
Yeah,
just a
they may
second.
be 5-0 after tonight with Sulphur Springs. Pleasant Grove's a top 5 team. You know, they're primarily running the ball. They have Kari Johnson playing quarterback, Jalen Bordley, a top 20 running back in the country there. They have Landon Jackson, who holds 30-plus Division I offers right now. They have a UTSA commit with Victor Shaw. It's just, does Pleasant Grove win tonight? I can't imagine they wouldn't. But if we're going to bring Gilmer up like that, like with the way they structured it in week 3, either Gilmer's playing Carthage or Pleasant Grove's playing Gilmer. And then week 4, the state championship's decided this year. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
So, hate that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Pleasant Grove gets the win tonight.
I think the same thing. So tell us a little bit more in detail about LE. I know that you're.
So Liberty Ilo, skill like anything, skill position. They are great at skill positions. They have 5 players, Division I offers, at the skill position. They're struggling right now on offense, defensive line. They just don't have the size. Their offense looks. They haven't scored a lot of points on offense.
No,
That's
they
the
haven't.
thing.
But their defense has kept them in ball games.
Their defense has scored half their points actually.
Yeah.
Whatever that is, just drone caught me off guard. It's like it was coming at us. Their defense has scored half their points. Offense is struggling, but they have 3 wide receivers with Division I offers. But they're literally having to stand up, throw the ball out just as quick as they can. Just stand there, catch it because.
They don't have
I mean, we watched them play a really good Atlanta team last week, a 3A team. That, I mean, quarterback had no time. It was just stand up, run as fast as you can. They came away with a tight win, but I just don't know a lot about Sulphur Springs. I tried to find out. There's no information unless you go watch them play on Sulphur Springs right now. But
another distraction, Morgan. There's a parachuter behind you, headed to the field.
Oh,
it's on the big
go.
screen.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Hopefully we don't
I bet it's on the screen right now too.
But
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. In case you are wondering, I'm staring into space over here.
If Liberty Ilo gets to 5-0 tonight, it's the first time it's happened since 1999.
I'm sorry, say that again. 99.
1999.
Wow.
Even their
that's
2009 team, when they won the state championship, was
They were not-
They were 1-4.
Whoa.
So this will
Someone
be
must have come back from injury that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last name James, first name Michael. If y'all don't know, it's going to be inducted in the College Football Hall of Fame. One of my good friends.
Okay.
I don't think you can vote for him, but I don't think he needs any votes. He's going to he's going to get in.
Got robbed of a Heisman Trophy.
He did get robbed of a Heisman Trophy, but won the Doak Walker. So anyway, really rooting for Liberty Ilo.
Yeah. Next up, Mount Vernon is 4-0 versus Mineola 2-2. Mount Vernon, once again, they are a powerhouse of a football team this year. They're averaging 54 points a game. They really haven't been tested that much. I mean, they are beating people by 20 to 30 points every game so far.
If you don't know small school football, Mount Vernon, just save you time the rest of the year. They're going to win the state championship. So go ahead and mark that down. I don't know if there's any lines on that kind of stuff, but
book it.
Yeah, go ahead and book that. Mount Vernon's got them. Unless I mean, it would take a lot. They are stacked for that size school.
Yes.
I mean, their backups are good. Yeah. That doesn't happen in small 3A football. So, give me 35 points, or give
Probably more than that.
Yeah, they're going to score a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll put points on the board.
All right, our last matchup we want to discuss tonight was Texas High versus Hallsville. I don't think this is going to be much of a game. They're both 3-1, but that's a deceiving record, I feel like, for Hallsville because Hallsville got beat by Kilgore last week.
All right, so what a lot of people don't know right now about Texas High, yes, they're a top 5 team in the state. Their quarterback is out for the season.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so that's not actually like
Ooh, okay.
nobody's hiding that. They have a sophomore starting quarterback, 6'6" kid. Reminds me a lot of the way Ryan Mallett looked.
Okay.
So made his first start last week, 27-3 victory, threw a couple touchdown passes. Hallsville's actually a really improved football team. I don't think there's any way Texas High is starting to run a freshman running back. The backup's a sophomore. As a matter of fact, Max Preps featured Tredarian Ball, the freshman running back. I don't know if y'all saw it. It was like 0 offers, 0 phone calls. Max Preps put it up, ended with 3 offers by the end of the week.
Wow.
In my opinion, he'll probably be an All-American by the time he's a senior. He's that good. They have a young football team. They're stacked at wide receiver. Division I guys at wide receiver. It's just right now the big thing. What's keeping them from being a championship team is we have to see what the quarterback. They had a championship quarterback.
Oh, gosh, that's
So-
heartbreaking. Was that Cody Reese?
Cody Reese,
He's
yeah.
had 800 yards already. In how many games have he played?
3 games.
3 games.
He
2.5?
still leads Texarkana area in all schools in total yards, and he probably will for the next couple of weeks.
Wow.
I remember you talking about that freshman kid before the season, so to see that his game is coming to light is good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Let's talk about Longview Lancaster.
Let's say one more game we haven't talked about.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't see it on the list. I didn't know what was up with that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the
Kinda goes
matchup
without
of the
saying, huh?
state. What are you talking
All
about?
right, yeah, this is Texas High School Football Game of the Week. Excited to be here. Tell us about them.
Well, Lancaster's a team that should probably be ranked in the top 10. I assumed they would
Yeah,
when
we've
the
been having
rankings
this
came
argument
out
all
this
week.
Not really an argument. I think they should be in the
Well,
top 10.
you told me
We'll
they were
find
like
out
the top.
tonight.
I
I
saw
thought they should be.
Max Preps moved them up 19 positions
Wow.
to number
Dang.
2. So did somebody just make a mistake originally and not have them? I don't know. I've never seen to go to number 2,
That's crazy.
move up
It's a big
19
jump.
spots
Yeah.
with a blowout win over a subpar opponent last week.
Sure, it's a good football team. It just is. Coach King told us pretty clearly.
Yeah,
and
I
you
mean,
guys have
they
seen the
got
tape.
athletes.
So this game's going to be kind of dictated by game flow. If Longview can get ahead by a few scores and force Lancaster to come from behind, then we know what's going to happen. But if Lancaster gets out ahead early, starts running the football effectively, using their speed to the outsides, we're going to have a football game on our hands. We just are.
Well, I thought what Coach King said earlier was money. He mentioned how he wants to put pressure on the quarterbacks. Both of them are sophomores. They're inexperienced. They have turned the ball over, interceptions, fumbles this year. So I feel like putting pressure on the quarterbacks will be the key for the defense, putting those quarterbacks in tough situations to where they make a bad throw.
And we know the Lobo secondary, what happens when you make a bad throw.
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing for us, if we just play our game, play Lobo football, and just play our game, we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Vuet's coming through. I love
Yeah, I
Vuet.
got a feeling this PA guy's about to turn it up on us.
Oh, yeah, he's
Whoa.
just been waiting. But you know what I would love to see tonight? I want to see a big win, but I'd like to see a tight ball game early because this is probably, if we're being honest, the last team that can test Longview probably before round 3 or 4 of the playoffs. And I know every week Coach is going to get on here and talk about how good the other team is.
Yes.
But Longview's that good.
Yeah.
And so I would like to maybe overcome some adversity, and let's get this out of the way and let's see what it looks like.
Because Lobo haven't faced a single bit of adversity this season.
Yeah. People discounting Lufkin. Lufkin's not a bad team.
Oh my gosh,
I think people don't realize how good
They
Longview
played
is.
incredible. I mean, we were kind of texting like, wow, we were both so impressed by the Lobos and their play last week.
It was
They put all three.
a quality road broadcast too, right?
Yes, absolutely. Y'all did a phenomenal job.
Thank you.
But it was all phases of the game. They did such an incredible job. I think that the key for offense is just moving the chains, long drives, wear out that defense.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise when we saw last week was just as easy as we made it look. It was just Longview was effective at everything. And for us to go to Lufkin to do that is very unheard of. I heard so much from Lufkin folks that they was surprised they was Longview beat them that good or that we're the real deal this year. But
Yeah, and mid-game, it's 1st and 10 from our 1-yard line, and there was no doubt we were going 99 yards in anyone's mind. That's how good they were playing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we got the Vuets asking us to move, I feel like. So
they're elbowing me like actually elbowing.
So we're going to be done here. Games will start. I think we'll start our live stream here in about 20 minutes. Look for the live to pop up. Tune back in, 7:25. Appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the